their temperament is not their identity. It's a tool we use to get to know our children. That behind the behavior, there is a child. There is a person who longs for connection. And what that child does is separate from who that child is. What you did is not who you are. One of the things, what we see with the father is that he saw this child as a child. And I'm going to assume this child is in his 20s. But he still saw a 20-year-old as what? A child.
As a little child.
And he saw this child not as, oh, is a good kid. No, he saw him as the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Tonight, our children are children. And children are going to children.
You're going to children.
Children will children. And when we are going through the tussle and the tension of parenting and breaking patterns and doing things different and paying attention to our children, and we have these incidences where our children's behaviors are just showing out, it is important that we recognize the importance of a connection. That this is the time where we need connection. This is time where you have to let your child know their identity, their sonship. That I'm not judging you. I'm not going to deal with you based on your behavior. You're still my child.
That's right.
And one thing that I thought was so beautiful in seeing this father is his solidarity. Even in the midst of trouble, even in the midst of chaos, he says, I'm still on your team.
That's right.
I'm on your side. I'm not giving up on you. I'm not going to disgrace you. I'm not going to disgrace you in front of the family. I'm not going to separate you. I'm not going to reject you. I'm not going to force you to be something you're not so the family can accept you. I'm not going to force you to do things so we can love you. No, he says that I'm on your team. And we see that even when the older brother, which I'm not going to talk about tonight, but even when he comes accusing, well, why are we celebrating him? He let his child know, his other son know, hey, I love you, but I'm not abandoning my son.
Right. He's
just as important. He is just as important. And so in the chat, so I can make sure everybody's awake before we close out, I want you to put on there, my child is the greatest.
My child is the greatest.
My children are the greatest.
My children are the greatest.
So we can put that in the chat so I can make sure everybody is awake. Amen. Let's put it in the chat. If you believe it, my child is the greatest. If you have children, my children are the greatest.
Amen.